that he had a sexual impact on her, and no doubt on every woman who was subjected to his power-packed presence. It was highly disconcerting when he suddenly shifted his attention from Linda Twigley to shoot a quizzical look over her shoulder straight at Daisy. Had he felt her hostile stare? The sexy black eyebrows, with their late kick upwards, just like Brad Pitt's, lifted with a kind of bemused puzzlement, and the startling green eyes bored into hers, searching for answers that pride forbade her to ever tell him. Vexed by his distraction, Linda swung around to deal with an unwelcome intrusion. With the recognition that no finesse was needed on a mere employee, her steely blue eyes savaged Daisy with displeasure. "What do you want, Dee-Dee?" she snapped. "Nothing, Miss Twigley," Daisy replied with as much aplomb as she could muster, given the squeamish spotlight of two sets of eyes demanding explanations. "I thought I heard you calling for assistance." Linda clicked her tongue impatiently. "Not right now, and stop hovering. I'm sure you have more useful things to do." "Yes, of course. I'm sorry for interrupting. Please excuse me." Daisy had already begun her retreat when Ethan Cartwright intervened. "Wait," he commanded, stepping forward, one arm outstretched in appeal. He smiled, his perfectly sculpted mouth breaking open to show a row of perfect white teeth, making Daisy instantly determined that he wouldn't get a bite out of her, regardless of how charming he set out to be. "We haven't met," he said in a voice as rich as the rest of him. "I would have remembered a Dee-Dee. It's such an unusual name. Be so kind as to introduce us, Linda." "They're her initials, not her name," Linda said with a tinkling laugh that had Daisy's spine crawling with dislike for her employer and her endlessly patronizing manner. If she didn't need this job, and the pay packet that went with it, she would have walked out on day one, when Linda had stated she couldn't have a PA called Daisy, because she associated that name with a lowly cow. Dee-Dee sounded far more upmarket. "This is my PA, Ethan," Linda continued in a dismissive tone. "No one you need to know." The snobbish remark apparently did not sit well with him. "On the contrary, should I do business with you, your PA may be my first point of contact," he countered, a hard glint in the green eyes. "Oh, very well, then," Linda conceded, realizing he was going to persist, and if she wanted him to butter her bread, she had to toe his line. "Ethan Cartwright, Daisy Donohue." "A pleasure to meet you, Mr. Cartwright," Daisy rattled out, wanting only to escape back into the crowd. He viewed her curiously, offering his hand as though sensing her desire to bolt and purposely delaying her. "Probably more of a pleasure for me to meet you, Daisy Donohue," he said, amusement dancing in his eyes. Oh, sure, what fun. Big man condescending to the little brown cow, Daisy thought viciously as she took his hand to complete the polite formality. The flesh contact tingled hotly, and his grip felt aggressively strong, pressing a dominant will that she fiercely rebelled against, when he held on to her hand longer than polite formality required. "Please excuse me, Mr. Cartwright. I don't have time to dally. I'm needed elsewhere," she said firmly, tearing her gaze from the devilishly attractive green eyes, and giving a subservient nod to Linda Twigley, whose bad temper was probably already simmering at having an important conversation interrupted. Apparently, Ethan Cartwright had enough sensitivity to realize he might be causing her trouble, and backed off, releasing her hand, though still smiling at her as though she pleased him, though why she would seemed totally perverse of him when the Marquis was full of gorgeous women who would undoubtedly love his attention. She had brown hair, brown eyes, and was wearing brown, conscious of keeping herself as